couple of things come to mind. One, I was just talking to one of my associates about, but the first one is, I think, is pretty commonly known now, which is to just set up a business entity, right? In California, you can hold your operational license in the name of an individual, an LLC, a corp, a partnership, whatever. There's no reason to have that as an individual license, right? Me, Jake Reinhardt, I don't need to be the licensee, right? Reinhardt Care Homes Incorporated can be the licensee, and then flowing from that, other things like you can put your payroll in that company and talk to your lawyer about whether that's going to protect you from certain things, right? Because wage and hour liability in California is a personal liability, even if you have that company set up. But don't let that discourage you from doing it. There are other advantages. Um, that's like step one. Maybe step two is, if you're trying to get into this business in California, and I would assume that other states have something similar, the regulatory agency requires you to prepare a plan of operation, or sometimes it's called a program design, in the adult care area. Um, you know, and I don't want to, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but it seems to me that, sometimes if you're new to the business and you don't know what's supposed to be in that, you're going to employ a consultant. And there are excellent consultants who can help you prepare a plan of operation. I'm not saying to not use those consultants. What I'm saying is you need to understand what a plan of operation is. If the Constitution of the United States is the rule book by which we're supposed to operate our government, the plan of operation is the rule book by which you're supposed to operate your facility. And too many operators prepare this, send it to licensing, and may not even keep a copy, Ilya. And so, if it's your rule book to play the game, right? If it's your instructions, how can you follow it if you don't even fully read it, understand it, and keep a copy? Um, so, work with that consultant. You can learn a lot, right? But make sure that you know what's going on there. Um, like the part B, essentially. Yeah, part B of the application packet here in California. Yeah, yeah. Um, And so I guess the third piece is probably just being mindful about that. So we're kind of moving in chronological order, right? You've got your company, you've got your application. Okay, I got my license, and now I need to bring in good people. I need to bring in the right residents. Be extra mindful if you are inheriting an existing operation, right? Because you could be inheriting their employment issues, right? Are they paying people correctly? And same thing with residents, right? Are you inheriting someone who's expecting to pay below market, and you have to make that part of your operation? So just being mindful, because when you're getting started, right, you want to get running. So you know you cut corners there. That's liability insurance, right? You mentioned that liability insurance is a state requirement. Um, that doesn't mean that people don't violate that rule to their severe detriment, right? So let me just say unequivocally here for the public, right? If you don't have liability insurance and you're sued, that's out of pocket to you, right? Just like if I don't have my car insured and something awful happens, except to magnitudes higher, right? So